Have you ever wondered why the buildings around you stand tall without falling over, or how artists create depth and perspective in their paintings? The answer to these intriguing questions lies in the fascinating world of geometry, a branch of mathematics that studies shapes, sizes, and the properties of space. From the skyscrapers that grace our city skylines to the awe-inspiring sculptures in art galleries, geometry plays a pivotal role in our daily lives. Each structure, each piece of art, embodies fundamental geometric concepts like points, lines, angles, surfaces, and solids. Take architecture, for instance. Architects rely heavily on geometry to design buildings and structures that are not only visually appealing, but also structurally sound. The precise calculations of angles and lines ensure that buildings stand tall, resist the forces of nature, and provide a safe and functional space for people to inhabit. Similarly, in the field of engineering, geometry is indispensable. It enables engineers to design and build everything from bridges and tunnels to aircraft and spacecraft. Through geometric calculations, engineers can predict how these structures will behave under various conditions, ensuring their safety and efficiency. Art, too, owes a great deal to geometry. Artists use geometric principles to create depth and perspective in their work, bringing two-dimensional canvases to life. The play of shapes and forms, the manipulation of lines and angles, all contribute to the illusion of depth and spatial relationships in artworks, making them more realistic and engaging. But the influence of geometry extends beyond these fields. It helps us understand the physical world around us. For example, the cycle of seasons, the movement of planets, even the shape of our DNA, all can be explained through geometric principles. It's astounding, isn't it? In essence, geometry is an integral part of our lives, silently shaping the world we inhabit, from the structures we live and work in, to the art that enriches our cultural experience, and even to the natural world that surrounds us. No matter where you look, you'll find geometry at work. Geometry is everywhere, shaping the world we live in. Geometry is more than just lines and circles. It's a complex field with many fundamental concepts. Let's start with the very basics. First up, we have points. A point represents a location in space. It's like a dot on a piece of paper or a star in the night sky. It has no size, no width, no length, no depth. It's just there, marking a spot. Next, we have lines. A line is an infinite series of points extending in two directions. It's like the edge of a road that goes on forever, without any beginning or end. Then come angles. An angle is formed by two lines diverging from a common point. Think of it like the opening of a book, with the spine as the common point and the covers as the lines. Now let's move on to surfaces. A surface is a two-dimensional space that extends infinitely in all directions. Imagine an ocean, flat and endless, stretching as far as the eye can see. Finally, we have solids. A solid is a three-dimensional object that has volume and shape. Picture a soccer ball or an apple, something you can hold in your hand and turn around to view from all sides. Each of these concepts can be represented mathematically and visually, forming the core of what geometry is all about. They are the building blocks of more complex geometric structures and theories. From the simple dot of a point to the volume of a solid, these basic concepts of geometry are everywhere around us. They help us understand and navigate the physical world. So the next time you look at a star in the sky, remember that it's not just a point of light. It's a point in the geometric sense, marking a specific location in the vast expanse of space. These basic concepts form the foundation of geometry, helping us make sense of the world around us. Did you know there are different types of geometry? That's right. It's not all just squares, circles, and triangles. Geometry is a vast field with many branches and specialties, two of which we're going to dive into today: Euclidean and non-Euclidean geometry. Let's start with Euclidean geometry, named after the ancient Greek mathematician Euclid. He's often referred to as the father of geometry because of his significant contributions to the field. Euclidean geometry is probably what you think of when you hear the word geometry. It's all about flat surfaces, straight lines, and right angles. It's the geometry of the world as we see it on a day-to-day basis. It's the geometry of the blueprints that architects use to design buildings, and the geometry that artists use to create perspective in their paintings. On the other hand, non-Euclidean geometry is a bit more abstract, but no less important. This type of geometry deviates from Euclid's postulates and explores what happens when we don't assume that parallel lines never meet, or when we work on curved rather than flat surfaces. Non-Euclidean geometry includes spherical geometry, like the surface of a globe, and hyperbolic geometry, which can be visualized as a saddle-shaped surface. Now you might be wondering, why do we need different types of geometry? Well, each type of geometry gives us different tools to understand the world around us. Euclidean geometry helps us navigate the world as we see it, while non-Euclidean geometry is essential for understanding the universe on a larger scale. It's used in fields like astronomy and physics, especially in the study of relativity, where the fabric of space itself can be curved. So, whether we're trying to figure out the shortest route from point A to point B, designing the layout of a building, or exploring the vastness of the universe, we're using geometry. Each type of geometry offers a unique perspective, a different lens through which we can interpret and interact with the world around us. Understanding these different types of geometry broadens our perspective of the world. So, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, geometry is not just about shapes, it's about understanding the space we live in. Geometry isn't just a subject in school, it's a tool for understanding and interacting with the world. Indeed, geometry is a linchpin of education, a subject that goes beyond the mere memorization of theories and formulas. It's a living, breathing discipline that helps students develop a plethora of crucial skills. Let's delve into this fascinating world and see how geometry shapes our education. Firstly, geometry is the key to spatial reasoning. It's like a compass guiding us through the maze of the physical world, helping us understand the relationship between objects, their alignment, and positioning. By studying geometry, students learn to visualize patterns, shapes, and spaces, which is a fundamental skill, not just in mathematics, but in everyday life. Secondly, geometry is a great problem solver. It equips students with logical thinking and analytical skills. It's like a gym for the brain, where mental muscles are flexed and strengthened. When students grapple with geometric problems, they're not just finding the length of a side or the measure of an angle. They're learning to approach problems methodically, to break them down into manageable parts, and to apply logical reasoning to find solutions. Furthermore, geometry offers a profound understanding of the physical world. It's the language that describes the shape of the universe, the layout of a city, or the structure of a molecule. By mastering geometry, students gain a deeper appreciation of the world around them, recognizing the geometric principles at work in everything from the grand design of a skyscraper to the intricate pattern of a snowflake. In essence, geometry is a launchpad for more advanced mathematical concepts. It lays the groundwork for trigonometry, calculus, and physics. Without a solid understanding of geometry, these subjects would be like a castle built on sand, lacking a strong and stable foundation. The teaching of geometry is essential in developing a strong foundation for more advanced mathematical concepts. Geometry is more than a subject. It's a passport to a world of critical thinking, problem-solving, and understanding the beauty of the world around us. The impact of geometry extends far beyond the classroom. Indeed, the influence of this fascinating branch of mathematics permeates every corner of our existence, subtly shaping our world in ways we often fail to appreciate. It's like a secret language, underpinning the rhythm and harmony of the universe, and its practical applications are as diverse as they are profound. Consider architecture, a discipline where geometry is the bedrock of design. From the humblest abode to the loftiest skyscraper, geometry informs every aspect of the built environment. Architects harness the power of geometric principles to create aesthetically pleasing and structurally sound edifices, balancing form and function with remarkable precision. In the realm of engineering, geometry is equally indispensable. Whether it's plotting the trajectory of a spacecraft, designing a suspension bridge, or creating a new microchip, engineers rely on geometric concepts to solve complex problems and push the boundaries of what's possible. Art, too, is deeply intertwined with geometry. Artists and designers use geometric principles to create visually engaging works, from the symmetry of a Renaissance painting to the sleek lines of a modern graphic design. Geometry helps artists express their ideas in a visually compelling way, providing a universal language of shapes and forms that resonates across cultures and epochs. In the field of computer science, geometry is used to create intricate virtual worlds, simulate physical phenomena, and develop algorithms for image processing and machine learning. The stunning visuals in video games, the realistic effects in movies, and the sophisticated technologies powering artificial intelligence all owe a debt of gratitude to geometry. Even in our daily lives, geometry is ubiquitous. It helps us navigate our surroundings, understand maps and blueprints, and even make sense of data in charts and graphs. In essence, geometry is a vital tool in our quest to comprehend and shape the world. It's an unsung hero in the story of human progress, a silent partner in countless scientific and technological breakthroughs. Whether you realize it or not, geometry plays a crucial role in our lives, shaping the world as we know it.